Let me tell you a story about a simple Instagram follow turned my life upside down. My name's Lauren. I'm 24 and a graphic designer living in Chicago. I've always loved sharing snippets of my life online, whether it be art, coffee runs, sunset over Lake Michigan. Harmless stuff, right? It started about 3 months ago. A guy named Man in the Dark followed me. He had a private account with no profile picture and only a handful of followers. Normally, I wouldn't think twice about it. My account's public after all. But something about him felt off. At first, it was just likes. Every photo, no matter how old, even posts from years ago, would get a double tap from him. Then came the DMs. Your smile is perfect. Love the way you capture the city. You're even prettier in person. The last message stopped me cold. I haven't even seen this guy before. At least, I didn't think I had. But Chicago is a big city, and I'm out and about all the time. Still, it was unsettling enough for me to block him. Problem solved, right? Not quite. About a week later, I noticed a new account following me. His profile name was Dark Mark 314. Same pattern. Likes on everything, cryptic messages in the DMs. You can't hide from me. It got worse when I started seeing unfamiliar usernames pop up in my stories views. Accounts with no posts, no followers. One of them even sent a message. You look beautiful in that blue jacket. That's when I realized he wasn't just lurking online. He was watching me. I remembered wearing that jacket 2 days earlier at the coffee shop near my apartment. I called my best friend Mia, who insisted I go to the cops, and so I did. I walked into the station feeling ridiculous, like I was overreacting, but the officers surprisingly took me seriously. Do you have any screenshots? Luckily, I'd saved everything. He filed a police report and advised me to tighten my online privacy. But the next day, things escalated out of control. I woke up to a message on my building's intercom system. Lauren, it's Mark. I just want to talk. My heart raced as I peeked through the peephole. No one was there. I called the cops again, and this time, they sent someone over to my place. The officer told me to stay with someone for the next few nights. So, I packed up a bag and stayed at Mia's. That night, we were scrolling through Instagram, trying to distract ourselves, when a notification popped up on her phone. It was him. The account's name was Mia Knows Lauren. Had started following her, and he sent her a DM. Hey Mia, tell Lauren to come home. I could barely breathe. Mia called the police while I sat there, trembling. This time, the cops traced the IP address linked to the account. It led them to a man named Marcus, who lived 2 blocks from me. Turns out, he'd been stalking me for months. He even had a notebook with details about where I went and who I saw. The cops arrested him, and I filed for a restraining order. But you know what sticks out with me? It's not the messages or the intercom or even the cops showing up at my front door. It's that someone I didn't know, someone I'd never met, could become obsessed with me just by looking at my Instagram. Time has passed since, and my account is now private. I don't post as much online anymore, and every time I walk outside, I can't help but glance over my shoulder. Because even though Marcus is behind bars, I still feel like someone's watching me. My name is Jason, and I work as a freelance photographer in Portland, Oregon. I'm not the type to spend hours on social media, but I have an Instagram account for my work. Landscapes, urban shots, the occasional portrait. It's mostly professional, but sometimes I scroll through for inspiration. One rainy evening, I was killing time in my apartment. My cat, Luna, was curled up by the window, and the rain tapping against the glass made the whole place feel cozy. I decided to check my Instagram insights. Analytics are everything for freelancers like myself. That's when I noticed something strange. I had a follower I didn't recognize. Their profile account was named Jason F24. The profile picture was just a black circle. No posts, no bio, and only one follower. Me. At first, I thought it was a fan account, or maybe a bot. I ignored it and went back to editing my photos. But something about it bugged me. Why would somebody make a fake account with my name? Curiosity got the better of me, and I clicked on the account. To my surprise, it wasn't empty anymore. There was now one post. The photo was of me, sitting at my desk, taken from outside my apartment window. The caption read, "Always working late, aren't we?" I froze. My apartment is on the 3rd floor. There's no way anyone could take that photo without climbing the fire escape. I bolted to the window, yanked the curtains shut, and checked all the locks in my apartment. My heart was racing, but I convinced myself it was some kind of prank. Maybe a friend messing with me? I decided to message the account. "Who are you? How did you take that photo?" No response. The next morning, I woke up to a notification. Jason F24 had posted again. This time, it was a picture of my cat sleeping on my couch. The caption read, "She's such a good girl." I called the police. They came, took a report, and said it was probably someone who knew me, maybe a neighbor. But I live alone, and I don't really know anybody in the building. They told me to keep my doors locked and call if anything else had happened. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every creak, every shadow outside my window made my skin crawl. Around 2 a.m., I got another notification. Another photo. This one haunt me to my core. It was me, sleeping. The angle was low, like the photo was taken from the foot of my bed. The caption read, "Sweet dreams, Jason." I didn't waste a second. I grabbed my phone and ran outside to call 911. The dispatcher stayed on the line with me until the cops arrived. When they searched my apartment, they found the fire escape window unlocked and muddy footprints on the floor near my bed. Whoever it was, they'd been in my apartment while I was sleeping. The police traced the account back to a burner phone purchased at a gas station. No leads, no suspects. It was like the person vanished into thin air. I moved out the next week, changed my locks, and deleted my Instagram. But every now and then, I wonder, how long had they been watching me before I noticed? And what would have happened if I hadn't? All I know is I'll never feel comfortably safe ever again. My name is Megan, and this happened to me about 6 months ago. I'm 27 years old, living in Seattle, where I work as a marketing consultant. Life's busy, but I always make time for social media. It's how I keep up with long-distance friends and unwind after long days. One evening, While I was sitting on my couch, wrapped in a blanket, and scrolling through Instagram, I got a notification. A follow request from someone I hadn't thought about in years. It was Katie. Katie Nicholas. We were best friends in high school, inseparable. But after graduation, we kind of just drifted apart. Life happened, she moved away, and I heard rumors that she got into some trouble. Drugs, maybe some sketchy people. I hadn't seen or heard from her in nearly a decade. Her profile picture was just like I remembered. Bright smile, wavy blonde hair, and those piercing blue eyes. She had no posts, but her bio said, "Coming back to life." I accepted the request, feeling a pang of nostalgia, and almost immediately, I got a DM. "Megan, it's been too long. I missed you." We chatted for a bit, reminiscing about high school, old inside jokes, and the dumb things we used to do. But something fell off. Her responses were too quick, too generic, like she wasn't really listening. Still, I brushed it off. It had been years. Maybe she was just trying to reconnect. The next day, I woke up to a tag notification. Katie had tagged me in a photo. When I clicked on it, my stomach dropped. It was an old picture of us, taken at a sleepover in 2012. The photo wasn't the problem. It was the caption. "Some memories never die." The thing is, though, that photo was never on social media. It was taken on a disposable camera, one I kept in a shoebox in my closet. How did she get that photo? I messaged her, asking her about it. She didn't reply. Instead, she posted another photo. This one was of me. It was recent, taken at the park where I go jogging. I recognized it immediately because I'd been there that morning. The caption, "Some habits never change." Panic started setting in. I looked around my apartment, feeling exposed. Had she been following me? Watching me? I tried calling her, but the number on her profile was disconnected. I searched for her online, but nothing came up. Not even a current address. It was like Katie didn't exist anymore. That night, I couldn't sleep. My phone buzzed around midnight. Another notification. She'd posted a new photo. It was of my apartment building, and the picture was taken from the street, and the caption read, "Coming to visit an old friend." I called the police, my voice shaking as I explained the situation. An officer came by and checked the area, but didn't find anything suspicious. He told me to lock my doors and stay alert. The next morning, her account was gone, completely wiped. No posts, no profile, no DMs. Like it never even existed. I thought it was over until 2 weeks later when a package came in the mail. No return address, but inside was a single Polaroid photo. It was of me, sleeping in my bed. It scrawled across the bottom in messy handwriting were the words, "Some friendships last forever."